Okay, everybody, welcome back. Didn't plan on teaching again, but Psalm 105 really jumped out, and I wanted to share it with you, certain parts of it. So, Psalm 105, it says, "Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, call upon his name, make his deeds known among the people." You cannot make the Lord's deeds known among the people if you don't know the deeds the Lord has done. So, right now, Psalm 105, you can't do if you haven't read this book, or at least parts of it, because there's been a lot of deeds that God has done. So you can't do Psalm 105:1 if you don't know the deeds. Sing unto him, sing psalms unto him, talk ye of all his wondrous works. Again, you can't be praising someone that you don't spend time with, that you don't read about, that you don't know. Glory ye in his holy name, let the heart of them rejoice that seek the Lord. Now, here's the thing too about the heart and rejoicing. We live in a very downtrodden time where Satan has worked really hard to keep the joy out of most of our lives and to keep us in bondage. And I was listening to something Pastor Mike Todd said the other day, and he was talking about how you don't know you're in bondage if you think your cuffs are jewelry. I was like, that is so good. I was like, that is so good. So glory in his holy name and let the heart of them rejoice. You ain't doing it if you have a heart problem. And as someone who knows me from my other teachings, I had a heart problem, so I had a hard time with this. So I know how hard it can be to do. Seek the Lord and his strength. Seek his face evermore. That's another thing we don't do, right? We don't seek God's face because that means we seek to know him. We seek his hand because that means we seek what he does for us. We treat him like a person that is an ATM, and we only make withdrawals from it. We don't make a lot of deposits into the spiritual ATM that is God. And I don't want to call him a spiritual ATM. I mean, that's how people treat him a lot. So Psalm 105:4, we're not seeking his face evermore. We're not seeking the good that he is. Remember his marvelous works that he has done, his wonders, and the judgments of his mouth. Which again, can you do that? Psalm 105:5. It's a 3-part command. Remember his marvelous works that he's done, his wonders, and the judgments of his mouth. Now, if you don't know the judgments of his mouth, the promises he's made, if you don't know the wonders that he's done, and if you don't know the marvelous works that have happened, odds are you haven't read any of this, or not nearly enough of it. So every verse, that little dust mote, every verse, we are commanded to do more than most people do, okay? But none of that's why I brought us here. I brought us here for this because we don't know who we are. We don't know who we are. And I'm going to tell you right now, we don't know what time we're in, which I talked about with 2 Timothy. And we don't know who we are, and we sure as hell don't know who God is. Okay? And I'm here on a mission to bring us home to self, and for those of us who identify as Christians, home to Christ. So listen up. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. He is the Lord our God. His judgments are in all the earth. He hath remembered his covenant forever, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant he made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant. Now, I want us to stop here because if you're not on Psalm 105, it's my page 571. Okay, 105, 6 verses 6 through 10 will change your life. And here's why. When God promises something and it's forever, that means it's forever. For always, for all time, for longer than you could possibly imagine, billions and billions and billions and millions and gajillions of years. So if God told Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, who he renamed Israel, if God told them that their descendants would be as numerous as the sands in the sea and the stars in the sky, do you think God was lying? People always ask, where are the white people in the Bible? The white people in the Bible are right here. That's where the white people in the Bible are. The white people in the Bible are right here. If you are Caucasian, You've got blue eyes. You can trace your lineage back to one descendant. And let me tell you, it was Adam in Genesis 2. Okay? I know that's going to shake some people up. God did not lie about his descendants, about his chosen people with whom he has a covenant, with the people that he wanted to have a higher standard with. If you think for 1 second it's just the Jews in Israel, you're very mistaken. You're very wrong. I love you with the love of the Lord, but you're not right. I know that's going to shake some people up, but find me something else that makes sense. Now, you probably haven't read this closely enough to know the truth of that 105, 6 through 10. But I'm going to tell you right now. If you look at the word generations, that is 40, 70, or 120. Go ahead and times 1,000 by 120. That's how long God has been producing his chosen people. Do you think we are beyond 1,000 generations? I don't. So where are God's chosen people? You think they're all hanging out over in Israel? No. Let me tell you what you don't know, okay? And it's a study that you should do. If you don't know the truth of what I've just said to you, O ye seed of Abraham, go to Genesis, go back to Genesis, go back to the beginning, and find the study about the 12 tribes. Who are the 12 tribes of Israel? The lost 12 tribes of Israel. Very lost. Don't know who they are. Don't know why they're here. Don't know about the covenant. Don't know about their father. Don't know about their practices that they're supposed to be keeping faithful. God has been faithful to us. Most of us have not been faithful to him. Psalm 105, 1 through 10 could change your life if you would let it. If you knew about Psalm 105, 1 through 10, the mysteries of this text could be unlocked to you. But you don't care. And if you don't care, then stop identifying as a Christian, because you ain't one. If you haven't read this book, and I mean this very seriously, cover to cover, if you don't know the wonderful works of God, if you don't know who you are, don't call yourself a Christian. You're like, well, I love Christ. Have you not read? If you love Christ, you know one of the things he said the most in the Gospels are, have you not read? Have you not read? You can't tell me you love Christ if you don't know the word. Because why? Christ is the word, the living word. So you know nothing about Christ. You know nothing about God. You know nothing about anything if you haven't at least attempted to read this book. Even Numbers, even Leviticus, I know they're slow. I know they're not the best. Judges, I know it's a little bit blah. Kings, ugh. I know it's not as interesting. But you want to know about the wonderful works of God? You gotta try. You gotta read it. Gotta read it cover to cover to the best of your ability with the best understanding that you possibly can. 105, 1 through 10. Change your life.